Pregnant Vogue Williams shows off her bump in a tiny bikini as she enjoys a dip in the sea while on holiday in Spain. Pregnant Vogue Williams showed off her growing baby bump in a tiny black bikini as she enjoyed a dip in the sea while on holiday in Spain on Tuesday. The Irish TV presenter, 40, is set to welcome her fourth child with her husband Spencer Matthews later this year. And Vogue looked in good spirits as she enjoyed a relaxing day at Sotogrande Beach during a family getaway. She looked incredible in the tiny black two-piece as she went for a swim and cooled off in the ocean.
Tired of constantly refilling your pet's water bowl? This filtered fountain keeps water circulating and offers a generous capacity, giving cats and small dogs convenient access to flowing water. Want to get the best verified deal and see full details? Visit grabdeal.us/5 right now.
Vogue shielded from the sun under a black baseball cap and wore a pair of sunglasses during the sun-soaked beach trip. The TV personality tied her long blonde tresses up in a low bun and accessorized with a silver necklace. The Irish TV presenter, 40, looked in good spirits as she enjoyed a relaxing day at Sotogrande Beach during a family getaway. It comes after Vogue took to Instagram to share a gallery of snaps from her trip, as she showed off her bump in a skimpy red bikini on Monday. The star was joined by her sister and podcast co-host Amber Wilson, and the duo made the most of their time at the Kimpton Los Monteros Marbella. Making the most of the summer holidays, Vogue and Spencer have treated their children Theodore, 7, Jiggy, 6 and Otto, 3, to a lavish trip ahead of welcoming baby number 4. They have since revealed she had 2 miscarriages before she fell pregnant with her fourth, including one awful and heartbreaking loss a year ago. Vogue and Spencer tied the knot in June 2018 in an intimate ceremony in Scotland while she was 7 months pregnant with their first child. Vogue previously shared that her first miscarriage, which happened at around 4 weeks, was really upsetting, but she and Spencer went on to welcome their daughter Jiggy in 2020. She said they suffered further heartache last year when she went for a 12-week scan after falling pregnant, only to be told it wasn't really a pregnancy as the embryo hadn't grown. Vogue said she was really embarrassed and upset by the second loss, and she admitted she felt like her body had failed her. Speaking about their baby news earlier this year, Spencer shared, "We're so happy. We feel very hard this time round to get to where we wanted. Definitely more bumps in the road in order to actually get pregnant, but obviously we feel really fortunate anyway to have 3 kids, but this one's been harder to get to that. Well, this bit, the announcing, but also just to actually get to where we wanted to be, has been rough." Vogue then opened up about her first miscarriage, sharing, "It happened to me before I had Jiggy. It was so early on, like so early on." Vogue and husband Spencer Matthews, who are already parents to children Theodore, 7, Jiggy, 6 and Otto, 3, are set to welcome their 4th child later this year. "I must have been maybe a month if even, and it was just one of those things and it was awful, but it was everything happened quite quickly after it as well. So, I never really kind of thought about it much. It was really upsetting at the time, but then I was pregnant quite quickly after, but it actually happened to me last year as well. And it was, just I was literally about to tell the kids. You could kind of start telling I was 3 months and I just didn't go for an early scan. I just never even thought about it because I kind of didn't want to make a fuss stupid now. I went to the 12-week scan on my own. I told quite a few people about it, like my parents, my brother, and my sister, and some people at work, and I just hadn't told the kids." Vogue shared that when she visited the hospital for the 12-week scan, she immediately noted the concern from her doctor. She explained, "And basically what had happened was, he had the pregnancy sac. I forget what the whole thing was called, but basically the embryo hadn't grown, my body still thought it was pregnant. And usually you just naturally get a miscarriage, but I didn't. It just kept like it would have eventually happened, but it just didn't at the time. I was 3 months along and the doctor was just like, 'I'm really sorry, it's not really a pregnancy and you're going to have to get well, there's a couple of options.' So the very nice people at Chelsea and Westminster NHS, thank you so much." Obviously, when I found out I was like, I just don't want to have to feel pregnant anymore, because it was awful feeling it and not being it, because I still had the symptoms. I was just like, I just want to start again and just not have to deal with it. Stupidly, I felt embarrassed having to tell everybody, And it's not an embarrassing thing, but that was just an emotion I had. I was really upset, and then I felt like, oh God, I have to now tell everybody who I've told, and I just feel stupid, like my body has kind of failed me kind of thing. And then I went into the doctor and they said, well, we could give you tablets. But I was going to Spain at the end of the week, and I was just like, I just don't want to have to change all that for the kids and for myself, and I don't want to be stuck here on my own, and I just want to be done. So they offered me a DNC as well, which you go in, you have an operation. I went in and I did that, and it was really quick, and then the whole thing was just like, I was so happy to be going away because at least then I didn't have to be. I was kind of able to just be on my own in my own thoughts and be able to think about it.